Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we just about managed to get across. Well, I mean, it wasn't actually that difficult to get across the river in here, in the southern eastern front or southeastern front. We are getting maybe pushed back a little bit over here in the southern front, and in the western front there wasn't actually any attacks in here. There's a lot of troops moving through by the looks of it, which is what caused me to be a bit concerned at first, but it looks like it's actually not too bad. I'm going to send in the machine gunners over here to the flank. Oh, they've got a lot of troops there. Let's go ahead and guard this area a little bit better. So right now, one of the biggest issues that we do have is logistics and fuel. Like, we got a decent bit of fuel in stockpile, but delivery to the troops seems to be the problem. Like, we need a lot more than what is being delivered, I reckon. At least judging by the fact that most of our tanks are like 80% or something like that. So I suppose logistics in general could be a bit better. One of the things that I guess I could do, in fact, is gonna upgrade the logistics over here in Kazoo Rapture, because I know that there's a lot of traffic through here anyway. Oh right, yeah, no, that is actually the correct zone. Ah, city needs to be high level. Well, I guess we won't do that then. I suppose there's not too much in there that I can do. I mean, maybe. Technically speaking, the logistics should be sufficient-ish. There's a railhead in there. There's a truck station there as well. There's a... right, there's a supply base in here. There is no truck station there, but I don't think they need to have another truck station there, quite frankly. There's a bit of potential oil over here, which we could maybe start utilizing, but there is still almost 8,000 fuel over here in Monarch. And of course, there's two of these in Kathmandos. Those are underway. We did have the railhead in here and the supply base. At least, like, we are accumulating a bit of fuel. Also accumulating, well, rather, we're losing a bit of food. Let's double check the construction real quick. So we got the solar panel field in Somebody completed. We are still working on the university up there. We're getting a hydroponic food factory in Kathmandos, which is causing us a little bit of the high-tech part right now, but it's partially also because we're getting the soil demetallization facility to level 2 in Spike, and that is still going to take another 3 rounds. So hopefully we can manage that. We do actually have our artillery over here. I guess we could do a range attack on... I'm going to do it on this stack in here. A lot of tanks in there. Oh, there we go. Well, we killed 10 tanks. Not exactly ideal situation in terms of the casualties for the enemy, but it is better than nothing. And the experience seems to be fairly low on average on these units. There's a lot of new units, I guess. But I suppose if we could start maybe just kind of encircling that one or something. At least in such a way that they won't get all their supplies. I mean, right now there seems to be still pretty good readiness and all that. Pretty sure that that is empty. I don't actually want to abandon this, or these troops. I guess one of the things that I could do, though, is do a range attack over here. It's only one gun, and it's one of the... Well, it's AG2. So, it, technically speaking, could maybe deal a tiny bit of damage, but it's quite unlikely. Plus, you know, the recon is fairly poor in there. So that's not really going to make much of a difference. We got the Ravens in here, but those are the Interceptor, or the Fighters. What about the Hueys? Do they have range to air attack? No. And this one, well, this one does actually have range attack capabilities right now. We could do another attack on the artillery in here, actually. They might send in the Interceptor. Yeah, they send the Interceptors. Well, we got one hit, but they pushed us back. Shame. Well, let's, I think we're ready to go to the next round, though. We did most of the fighting already last episode for this particular round, so, yeah. Let's see what is awaiting for us. There's another air attack. Well, we got the flak guns in there, so probably push them back fairly quickly. Attack has pushed us back. We will destroy a little bit of their... Oh yeah, they're breaking an opening in there. We need to pull back the troops in the southern front. Pull back to the narrow front that we can easily defend. And then we'll push them back in due time. Hopefully we can get our fuel in there a little bit easier as well. That would be helpful. If the tanks could actually, you know, fight more than just a 2 or 3 rounds there. They keep on doing artillery strike in here, but we're not really taking a lot of casualties from that. There's a lot of tanks coming in here. Oh, and attacked, they lost 110 tanks in that attack, actually. There's a bit of an airstrike over here. We lost 10 metalheads. Is that going to be an attack against us? No, not yet. Oh, actually, that was, but... Wait, no, it wasn't. There's some helicopters doing strikes or something like that, but that's about it. So we got 100 infantry, 120 tanks, and lost 100 infantry and 10 tanks. I mean, all things considered, not too bad. We got the Hawk 2s now. So let's actually compare the old one and the new one. That would be a tactical bomber. So the Hawk has got 487 and 104 for the soft attack. I've got 154 hit points, and the attack versus low and high aircraft is 36 each. The ammo is still 4, so I don't think that had an impact there. I don't know if we... I mean, suppose, hold on, I mean, what's the range on this one again? 14 hexes, so we got on another 2 hexes of range. And it does have a little bit higher damage, especially for hard targets. It does have a bit higher damage. It's also got a tiny bit better damage against air targets. And yeah, the range is a bit higher, so that's going to be good enough for now, I guess. It doesn't have any air-to-air combat stuff, though, which is a problem. New demand. Autocracy profile reaches at least 49. There would be another 10 points in there. Turn 227, that would be 21 rounds. Maybe we can reach that. We'll give it a try, at least. Now we need a design target. We could probably go for the jetpack infantry now. We'll put in some laser rifles there. Heavy combat armor. And I guess that's going to be good enough. Minor worker strike into Zhate. I guess we need to increase the autocracy. So we'll just use military force in there. That's 200 military workers killed. Not exactly ideal, but I guess that'll be good enough. Bacterial disease outbreak in Taz. Bacterial disease outbreak has occurred. It seems the bacteria responsible is burning itself out quickly. The casualties are mounting quickly. The sooner I contain this disease, the better. This must have a priority, so difficulty is pretty darn high. Adjusted roll 172 and difficulty 125, so it was success. Limit the damage substantially. Danger did increase another 13% though. And the Neon commune offers to help. We are going to decline their kind offer, just to keep them somewhat happy at least. Did we get the hydroponics farm already in Kathmandu's? Not yet. We got the high-tech part in there at least. And let's have a look at the battle. So we lost some troops in the south, some machine gunners in fact. Then we killed some tanks. Lost 10 tanks over there across the river. We'll start with the southern front because that is the most crucial right now. So we need to probably... Hold on a minute. This is the flak guns. How far can we move you? We can move you back actually. Probably should have moved it over there actually, as a matter of fact. But well, we can move in the Hueys back a little bit. Move it back to Center Corps. Or whatever that is. We'll move in the infantry back a little bit. Same with the tanks. And these flak guns can go to the rear, and these can get to the mountains. I'm probably going to pull back in here, in fact. Give them a bit more room. But at the same time, you know, at least the enemy tanks, I mean, there is going to be some. It's going to get into the open area, which means that we won't have a reduction in our defense values in there for our tanks, which might actually be the crucial difference in there. We're going to get a bit more ammunition to keep that coming in at least. And the planes will be at least a bit closer to fuel, so hopefully that situation will start improving. I might move these Cobras back to the airfield. We've got the artillery in here to do another strike on the motorcycles as a ranged attack rather than regular attack. Okay, we've got exactly one hit. Not quite what I was hoping for. We've got the troops over there. Alright, and let's have a look at the northern front here. So we can get up to there. We can see that there is... Oh, I think they've started moving a lot of troops away from this front. Now, how's our tanks in here? It's 24 fuel, or 24% fuel all supply in total, so not great. It does need a lot more stuff in there. Because we got the... No, these can't actually attack across the river. These could, with the infantry in here. I mean, we could maybe destroy some of the tanks. I'm pretty sure that the Cloud Forest, it's got minus 70% defense for the tanks. Oh. I'm going to send in the infantry to attack. Technically speaking, our tanks could even join on that one. Oh, well, we destroyed one of the tanks at least, but yeah, that is a lot of losses that we're taking here. Alright then, well, let's have a look at the... Oh, did we lose the commander? I think we did. So we can see the commanders in here, and it's not going to allow us to assign anyone, I don't think. Well, I guess next round we'll get to decide who goes there, but I'm just going to go ahead and get some more replacement troops then. We need 500 infantry. Oh dear, that is a lot of infantry that we need. Here goes all the recruits that we're saving up. Some machine guns. I guess we could get some of the Forlings. Technically speaking, the hit points at least should be roughly the same. It does have a bit of a less damage perhaps, but it does have a lot more hits per se. How much did we need? Look at 200 of those. That is actually just what we needed. So, oh, and heavy tanks it needed. Right, that was the metal head that we lost. I remember now. I guess one of the things that I could do, I probably won't have the fuel for it right now, but let's say if we were to get a formation down here, independent formation of tank destroyers. Oh right, independent destroyer battalion. Right, this is the one. So it would be the Shredder 2s. It does take a bit of fuel, it's not too bad though. It's a lot cheaper than what the heavy tanks are, but they have kind of similar defense, not quite as good, but at least the attack values are roughly the same. So I'm considering this. But no, I'm not going to do that yet, actually. But I'm just going to see if we can start getting a bit more fuel for the troops, because that's been the big problem. Not enough fuel to do anything, really. Like, even these just have 28% or something like that. So if we increase the amount of stuff that we need even further, I don't think that's going to help the situation. How's the food situation? There is decent production in here, okay. So I'm not too worried about that. Is this... It is 75% production. We could even increase it further. That might cause a bit of a worker shortage in Kazuraptor, but it's not the worst. And then I believe in Kathmandu we just got a bit more... Well, we got a bit of workers in here. We got even some extras. Let's go ahead and bring in a bit of colonists over here to do some work. I guess we could just send in 600 in here. That takes most of the recruitment needed then. For those, I guess one of the things that I could do... I'm going to take a nice little range attack over here first with both the artillery groups. I'm going to attack there with our tanks. Ooh, there we go. That was a good double hit over there at the first round. After that, well, the enemy artillery is not going to do anything against us right now, at least. But the end of the bombardment has already arrived. So if we were to... Oh, actually, do we have the... We can attack it in here. Take both of these and also the tanks that we have over there. Let's see how bad this is going to be for us. Well, we destroyed the artillery brigade there completely, or battalion there completely, and 40 tanks, so not bad. Not bad at all. Hopefully we can start getting a bit more fuel for these troops, or these armored battalions, so that we can then start pushing back a lot of the enemy units in here as well. And I think these can get along the coastline already, so we can slowly start clearing out this peninsula as well. And then, I guess here in the center, I mean, there's a bit of tanks there. I don't think we can really still swing and destroy them with our infantry, though. I mean, even if we have a bit of anti-tank guns, that's probably not going to be sufficient. This one's got no posture, actually, so maybe this one might be able to attack. Another thing that I could do is do a quick little range attack on the enemy infantry over here. Well, that didn't really do much damage. Alright, but that's the motorcycle troops. We've got a bit of tanks in here, which can't really attack anything. We've got a bit of tanks in here, which, okay, these are actually in a bit more action points, at least, than some of the other units. I guess we take that one and... Oh, no, I can't take any of the troops here. Okay. Yeah, not enough action points. Right, but it was kind of obvious that we will need to bring in the AA guns a bit closer here, so we can actually cover these troops as well. They've got 2 airfields in here. I think they've got their planes right now over there. Or the helicopters, most likely in there at least. So I guess I could take this one, attack across the river. It's probably going to be a bit of a... No, we're just going to save the fuel, actually. What I could do, though, is maybe do a bit of range attack. Well, there's no planes in there. I'm going to just do a straight... I'll strike on this massive enemy troops in here. Which basically did no damage, admittedly, but I guess it's better than nothing. Well, I don't know, actually. It spends a lot of ammo doing that, so it might actually be worse than nothing. We do need to eventually destroy these tanks here. We do have the... Okay, the Ravens are the fighters. We've got our squadron over here. Do we? No, we don't have the fuel or the range. Well, we don't have the fuel to do a strike there. We've got the grasshoppers in here. I guess what I could do is I could do a quick little air recon. I'm going to do it over there.
Birds are in the sky.
Oh, they've got... Oh, they do have troops in there, and they just shot down a lot of the planes. Alright then. Well, these are the old grasshoppers, admittedly. But that spent some of the interceptors at least, so if we want to use the Hueys now, we might have a bit better chance. In fact, I'm going to do the strike over here. I'm going to send in some interceptors just in case.
Birds are in the sky.
Doesn't look like... No, they didn't have anyone in there, but we didn't actually deal any damage either. Oh, because we did air recon. Oh, bloody hell. Well, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Get the replacement troops. We can get the Grasshopper 2s. It's not actually that much better, the Grasshopper 2s. They got a bit higher capacity. That's about it. Technically speaking, what we could do is we could do another design as the Grasshopper 3, for example, that doesn't have the cargo space or anything like that. Maybe add in a little bit of air-to-air combat weaponry, so that might allow us to do recon. Hopefully, well, it's going to be ultralight still. I think the weaponry isn't going to be too heavy, the machine guns, so if we just replace the cargo space, then the speed is still probably going to be slightly better and all that. But yeah, we got the stuff done in there. Technically speaking, we could actually move this one. Okay, there's something over there. Also something in here. Possibly that one. Which we can't really see right now. I could perhaps do a bit of dirt road in here. Oh. Oh, because the bloody contract expired. Right, I forgot about that one. Yeah, there's a recon one. We need to get a new transport. The new transport contract over here. The next round we can restart it again. We've got a bit of resources in here at least, so it's not too bad. Actually, we've got really good stocks of food and all that. And, well, water, of course. Fuel, not so much. We have quite a good stockpile of industrial points as well. I wonder, could we turn this into a second... Let's see, is it raise formation? New... Okay, there we go. So now this is the Supreme Headquarters 2. And so we'll set it to the second. So at least that is now its separate area. In which case we could probably go ahead and do the road now up to there, at least in theory. Oh, but we don't have any on this one yet. Okay, so now we need to start transporting stuff to this one. Well, I guess next round it's going to start getting some of the stuff. We've got a little bit of the production in here already. Oil we don't really have, and we don't really have anything else. But that's perhaps going to start making the logistics a little bit... will make a bit more sense. And I suppose there's a bit less traffic going through here now, bringing this stuff there. I mean, we will get the transport stuff at least for a little while. Of course, with the planes, we can transport a few things already. There's a bit of traffic in here still, on the enemy side. Could we actually, we could attack this one. Let's send in both of the tanks again, just to try to clear up the enemy troops in here. Okay, did we actually destroy any fully? No, I mean, we did destroy partial. Oh, no, actually, we did destroy one unit completely. And we got 7 kills. That's not too shabby. I think the medium tanks are going to start heading south. This one could maybe head in here. But we need to kind of clear out both half of these. And then I guess these are just going to hold their ground for now. There is someone in here. Don't know how dangerous that is going to be. Probably not very friendly, at least. We get a little bit more dirt road going through... Well, first of all, I guess we could go dirt road all the way to there. But also dirt road through... this way. Not necessarily all the way through there. And I guess also a little bit of dirt road up to here. That's going to provide a bit more supplies to the troops in this area. So in the west we had the attack which failed miserably. Over here we did the artillery strike, but that didn't do too much. I'm hoping that our tanks can hold the ground in here right now. I mean, probably won't be able to do it fully, but we've got a bit of tanks or anti-tank guns and all that sort of stuff as well in here. So that'll probably help. And we try to attack in here. Oh, right, we've got... Here's what I could do, is I could try and attack with these across the river. It's probably going to fail miserably. Oh, well, we lost some tanks there, that's for sure. We did also destroy 10 of their tanks. Are these are still... Oh, they're Wolf 5s. Okay, they're still light tanks. Well, they're probably as good as they have them, quite frankly. There we go, that's at least done. Well, let's get to the next round then, shall we? There's a bit of movement on the Western Mountains, or past the Western Mountains. Moving a lot of troops in. Oh, we stood firm. We destroyed 10 tanks. We also lost 10 tanks, admittedly. That is a lot of tanks coming in there. That is going to be a massive attack. They were victorious. They pushed us back across the river again. We lost some light tanks especially. We did destroy a few of their tanks, but yeah, no, I think they are going to push, or try to push us back here. We lost another 30 all-rounders there. Oh my goodness. At least we destroyed some of their artillery over here in the north and counter battery fire. Air Force trying to do some strikes there. Repeatedly. I think they are going to try to attack through there. So we killed 20 guns, 40 tanks, lost 100 infantry, 80 tanks. Oh my goodness. That was bad. Metal production, yeah, no, that's fine. Ah, right, so we got the industrial production, or industrial points in here now. That at least counts, and I guess the food situation could be better. Got some stocks at least. Actually produce more than we consume, but for some reason it's not shown in here. Oh, wait, no. Hold on a minute. Yeah, no, it's still stockpile over here at the zone. It might be taking a little while before it's fully sort of sorted out. Let's go ahead and get the... No, we don't need to change that. Custom formation type. Now we've got quite a bit of points. We've got the Storm Infantry 2. I mean, at this stage, I'm kind of wondering if we could get some sort of infantry-based unit that will be able to actually start dealing a decent bit of damage on the enemy tanks. But I'm not entirely sure if we have any of that. I'm going to double-check the formation types that we have right now. So, Siege Grenadier Infantry Corps, that is a lot of... I mean, that's not actually too bad. What should we put in there as a addition? Maybe a bit of motorcycles? That would give a bit of recon at least. Like if we put in just 100 motorcycles in there, it's probably a bit of a waste of points admittedly, but like points of the customization points. So what was that? That was the Siege Grenadier Infantry. So we just add in, well, tank speed and buggy could also be useful, but I think motorcycle is going to be a lot sort of cheaper option. Not really something that can stop the enemy tanks on it like that. Tank speed also, I could put in some man pads in here so they would be able to deal a bit of damage on the enemy planes at least. Probably not all that often, but I think we'll put in the... no, we'll put in the man pads in fact. Just 100. Minor worker strike in Unsung. We need to increase the autocracy still, so we'll just use the military force. That's 100 military workers killed, which is not ideal. Right, so we wanted to... hold on a minute, so that's the... Right, so first we choose a target to land into. That's going to be Unsung D. Yeah, that one. And embarkment portion is going to be Yeso. In Spike once again. We can go for... Oh! We can switch between the transport capacity. I don't think we need a massive amount of capacity in there, to be fair. So if we go for 8 rounds, that's at least a decent start. And the new commander for the 2nd Machine Gun Infantry Brigade. That one seems to be the most suitable. And the second... oh, right. We'll appoint you. So there we go. We got another one of the Maritime Trade House's people in charge now. Okay, there is something probably in here right now, which is causing a bit of issues. And then we lost the tanks in here, so let's just go... I'm just going to get the replacement troops here directly right now. Which is probably not going to help with the fuel once again. And then the light tanks, we just need the Blitzer 3s. There we go. Then we need 30 light, or medium tanks rather, in here. I guess we'll just get more and more of those all-rounders. Because those got the high velocity gun rather than the high explosive gun. I do actually wonder though, could I do a transfer? Actually I could do probably from here, so transfer from first Supreme Headquarters to the second. Ah, no logistical connection there. So there is, technically speaking, the air bridge, but that might not be sufficient is the problem. So how we've got 26 fuel in here, or 26% of the fuel in there. That's not good enough. These can't attack. Oh, I mean, technically speaking, they could attack all the way there. I'm going to do a. Actually, we've got the new grasshoppers in here. First of all, I'm just going to do a quick air recon on. No, we can't actually go all the way there. Oh, they moved the artillery away from here now. Okay, good. They moved down this way, which isn't necessarily that much better. We've got the Hueys at least. If we were to do an air attack on that, we could do it. Or we could try to do an air attack in here. Can we? We can't really send much else. What about if we were to do it in there? No, not much else either. Of course, we've got some planes in here. The Ravens are the fighters, so those won't be used. These ones don't have... Well, they, technically speaking, could do a strike there. I'm going to send in some interceptors to that as well. Doesn't look like they have the range to actually intercept us in here in the mountains. Not that we're doing a lot of damage on the enemy infantry there. They've dug in rather well. I'm going to not fire the rocket organs this round, so maybe there's a bit more room for logistics to transport the fuel instead of the ammunition for these. And then the Hueys, we could maybe do a quick little strike on the artillery in here. We'll probably get intercepted and destroyed. No, actually they didn't send interceptors. Oh, there we go. It's 20 tanks at least destroyed. I was hoping to do a bit of damage on the artillery, admittedly, but that didn't go all according to plan. Now, we do have the... Oh, right, they've got the troops there. We've got a bit of tanks here. Can we do any attacks with these? I mean, there's quite a bit of troops there. Those can't really move. These don't really have a lot of fuel either. I think I'm going to do attack in here. It's a bit risky. I'm just going to use the tanks. Well, there we go. That actually worked better than I expected. So we destroyed 10 tanks and we pushed them back. And that's going to be kind of what we'll do in here for now. It's just inflict casualties enough so that they need to pull back the troops, at least on some of the areas in here. Hopefully start getting a bit more fuel through the system again. I think it's just the fact that we've been using ammunition such a massive amount that's causing a lot of issues. I'm going to get a little bit of ammunition still, though. And what about over here? The tanks aren't really ready to attack anything. Neither... Well, these could... If they moved in here, they could. Got a bit of tanks over there. Oh, right, I forgot about this unit in here. There we go. So now the peninsula has been cleared out. And then I guess we still got the tank action over here in the north. Oh, there's some. And we can't attack with this one. Not enough fuel by the looks of it. Oh, whatever is in here decided to pull back. There's something over there still. Oh my goodness, the logistics through here into Taz are just abysmal. At least we're getting a little bit metal now. Not a lot though, but a little bit. I do wonder if I could... I believe we got the road up to here, didn't we? I did that off camera, admittedly, so you know. But yeah, we got an upgraded road up to here, but that's not good enough. We could maybe try getting the railway through from here. Probably not gonna go all the way, but if we could get at least another step closer, then in a round or two we could maybe get, well, maybe 2 or 3 rounds we can get to Taz. And in theory we could start working on getting the... Oh, actually, is there... Oh, basically no workers in here. I'm going to send in a bit more workers to... Yeah, right now, so we can send some there. We've also got 7,000 replacement troops. We do need a bit of infantry, so we'll get at least 100 of that. Still doing mostly fine in terms of energy. How much are we actually making extra right now? 200? Okay. More than 200 extra. I'll still hold on to the ground here with some of the heavy tanks. But now if they want to attack us, they will most likely have to attack... Well, they'll attack in here. No doubt they'll take some casualties at least. Our troops aren't really high on the action points though, so that's going to be a problem. I could maybe bring in a bit more infantry through here now. to help maybe once we dug in there. These do have the RPG, so in theory we can deal at least some damage on the attacks. Of course, digging in over here is going to be, well, not really time-consuming as such, but it's not going to be easy to avoid any damage from that, at least. Starting to run a little bit low on various supplies as well now. How close are we getting the construction completed? Especially the metallization facility. That is actually going to be done next round, or completed next round. We just got the university at somebody and the hydroponics food factory at Kathmandu's. So the hydroponics food factory is going to start using a bit of the energy. Was it 100 or 200? 100 energy, okay. So that's going to allow us to get a lot more food in there. And that's also going to start reducing the traffic that is needed to bring in all the food into Kathmandu's and all that. Like, actually, if we have a look at the various... Well, let's have a look at through the management, in fact. And we're going to look at the assets. So, in Spike, we got plenty of production. Or at least more production of food than consumption. Same with somebody. There's actually a little bit more consumption in Spokemania than there is... Actually, quite a bit more than what there is production. And then in Kazoo, it's decent bit of production right now, actually. And then in that, there is some production, but it's not full speed yet. We need to get a lot more workers in here to get it operating at full speed. But it can be done, I dare say. Then Kathmandu's basically has no production of it yet, but next round it will start having some. Albertus does produce quite a bit of food, so that's good. Then Zhate doesn't really produce any yet. That's something that we could probably fix at some point. Maybe we'll get another hydroponics factory in there. It's going to take a lot of the high-tech parts, but it will probably do. We have no food production in Hidden Village yet, nor do we have any food production in Taz right now, but Taz just doesn't have the population right now to... Even if we build something in there, they wouldn't really be able to run it. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like... But I do see that we're actually running out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.